And as Benjamin Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest.
I'm Christopher Kula, co-CEO.
I'm Ahmed Abid, I'm a COO.
I'm Caitlin Pye, I am the co-CEO.
And I'm Star Jackson, the CFO. Our company is about one thing, and one thing only, working together to achieve a goal. Whether that be in math or science, we want our students logging on with questions and walking to the classroom with answers. The problem. Students are using tutoring services that give the answer right away rather than having them work towards the answer. Students are struggling in subjects such as math and science, and students are scared to receive help. We want to solve all these problems. The solution. ACE Tutoring Services is the solution. We will solve these problems by having videos of teachers explaining the lessons, which creates a sense of community, and it has the students learn the way that the teachers want to. We'll have a chat room that the students can talk to one another and communicate to work on the answers to the questions so that they can solve it correctly. And this creates a sense of community so that the students can be aware and they can work with their peers. We'll also have direct materials from the classroom so that students can learn even more the way that the teachers want to. Because it can become a problem when students aren't learning the way that the teachers want to, because it may cause a problem later on in the classroom setting. We'll also have 24/7 login so that students can work on ACE tutoring whenever and wherever they are, so that they can work on it on their time. And this graph up there shows that it's directly from our survey. It shows that 85% of students would use ACE tutoring services if it includes all of these services.
Competition. Our direct competition is Tutor.com, Schoology, and IXL. We chose Tutor.com to be one of our main competitors because they're most alike us, although their prices are absurd. For one session, it could be up to $40. Each session is 1 hour long. However, with our company, for $9.99 a year, a student can log on anytime and anywhere they would like. We also chose Schoology and IXL to be our other direct competitors because they are funded by the school, and all three of these direct competition are marketing themselves to the school. Our indirect competition, however, don't market themselves to the school. It is Photomath, Mathway, and SnapSolve. These guys have the same goal as us to help the students, but although they're not achieving that goal. Our unique value proposition. We explain the problem clearly. Unlike the indirect competitors, they don't help you solve the problem. We will help you solve the problem, and we will not give up. We also have peer-to-peer interaction. Students in the same course may talk to each other and help each other out. You can also study anytime and anywhere you would like. If you have sports, hobbies after school, you may stay. You may go on our website, and we will always be there for you. Students can also learn the way the teachers want to. As my colleague stated earlier, we have videos of the teacher explaining the lesson to the students. The students may go on our website and view the video anytime they would like.
Customer segments. Our customer segments are high school students and high school administrators. We are targeting high school students because that is our consumer and that's going to be who is using our product. We are targeting high school administrators because that is our customer and that's going to be who is purchasing our product. Market size. Our market size is $114,000. We got that by taking our $10 per year per student price and multiplying that by 11,000 students. We got 11,000 students by taking 5 schools in District 211, excluding 1 school. Our SAM is $3.8 million, and we got that by taking the Northwest region of Chicago, public and private schools. Our financial model. First year revenue will be $114,000. Like I said earlier, the $10 price multiplied by 11,000 students. Year 2, we will have a 40% growth of $160,000. You'll get this by adding on 2 additional schools in District 214. We believe this is achievable because we have good connections with Schaumburg, and we believe we can get 4 schools in District 211. And with our connections in Schaumburg, we can reach out and get 2 schools in District 214.
For our minimal viable product, we will be creating a concierge service in which 50 students, ranging from high school freshmen to high school seniors, will participate in a 5-day trial using an online chat room that will include videos of their teachers as well as materials from those classes. Our goals from this are basically to get a better understanding of what our company could do for our customers. We are also asking for a landing page. A landing page is one of the first things our customers and consumers will see from us. We believe that it is a very important point to show who we are as a company and what we can do for their school and for their students. We are also asking for an explainer video. After meeting with our school administrator who handles the budget at the beginning of this whole endeavor, we found out that an explainer video would help us when we go to future administrators to ask to use our company. We'll measure the success based on the amount of schools we have enrolled in our service. We believe that it is important to have a good, strong foundation of following from schools, and we will also measure success based on how many licenses we have. This basically means how many students are using the memberships that the schools provide. We are also measuring success based on how many social media followers we have. In this day and age, teenagers, who are mainly the demographic of high school students, use social media often, and by having a strong presence in that field, we will be able to strongly influence them. Also, good reviews on our service. We believe that it is very important to be judged on your character, and that's why the reviews would mainly measure our success. All in all, we are asking for $500. We're asking $100 for a professional explainer video. After doing copious amounts of research, contacting websites both through a chat room and through telephone calls, we have found that $100 is not only a safe but accurate estimate for this. We're asking $200 for a professional chat room. We believe that the chat room being paid will allow the students who are participating in the concierge service to have easy access, as well as a good understanding of what our company will be one day. Lastly, we are asking $200 for a professional landing page. As we did with the explainer video, we did multiple hours of research both in and out of the classroom, had contacted other website developers, and we found that $200 is an accurate and average price for a landing page that we would like to create. Thank you for your time, and we hope that you will join us in this project.
Any questions?
Any questions?
I have a question. So, what is the school, are they paying the $9.99 per student?
Yes.
The school administrator would purchase this for all of the students in their school. So it'd be a license, which would basically mean that the student has 1 year for this entire product, and they can renew that license the next year.
So each year fluctuate based on the number of students?
Yes.
So remember, you've got, let's just say you've got 2,500 students.
Mm-hmm.
So the district would have to pay,
Yes, they would pay the $10 per student price.
Okay. When you, like, so the $10, I hear what you're saying right there, but then you also said like, the school will provide licenses to the student to see whether or not they use it or not. So the school is gonna pay the $10 up front, and then if a kid logs on, the license is gone, or what did you mean by that?
What we basically meant was the membership as the license. The student will have access to the membership the entire year that the school pays for the website. And we came up with the price because IXL is roughly $7, as we asked Mr. Cummings, the school administrator that we talked to. And we found that since we are offering three different subjects, that 3 divided by 9.89 is $3.33, and that was a pretty good price.
Okay, and then, when the school is purchasing stuff for the whole school, oftentimes there's a discounted rate for the 2,500, like it wouldn't be just just throwing the $10 out there that you gave us. Usually there's gonna be a discounted rate if if the whole school is purchasing the product, when they're buying like big software things that, everyone's going to be using. And then, just as a price structure, you might wanna look into that more, like, did Mr. Cummings say how much we pay for Schoology? As one of our direct, he might not know,
Yeah, he didn't get into Schoology, but he did get into IXL. With our license, he said it was like a $7 license, which means that even if that student switches over to another school, the license is still there and they can still use this product.
Okay, and then does everybody's student in our building have IXL, or what is,
Yes, it's on every single iPad.
and what does it do? I don't even know what it does.
It's basically like this math thing where, like, a teacher could put in like an equation that they have to do, and there's like 100 equations, let's say. And each one, they can get a better grade and like a lower grade, and they have to get up to like 100%.
Okay,
It's like every question they get wrong, it goes down, every question they get right, it goes up.
Okay, another, back to the pricing, sorry. Typically, if the district is gonna buy like a software of any sort, they're gonna buy it for all schools within that district. So I think in your presentation, you said we'll get 4 schools in District 211. Is that what, did you guys say that, excluding one of them? Okay.
I thought they said two.
No, they said 4 schools in District 211, and then when they expand, you would try to get 2 schools in 214, right?
Yeah.
So just as you're moving forward with this, typically if a software package is going to be purchased, it's going to the whole district, just so you guys know. So you'd want to target the whole district and not like specific buildings. Like if Mr. Cummings was gonna purchase something for our building, like that would have to, in districts, it has to go up another level, and then they end up purchasing it for the whole district.
What school
Just as
did
something to
you-
look forward to.
What school did you exclude?
It was just.
You said 4 out of the 5.
Yeah, we were just guessing that one of the schools, like, would just turn us down. We were trying to be safe.
We
Yeah.
were trying to make an accurate prediction.
Okay, next question I have, who's going to be videoing the teachers teaching the lesson?
It
How's
would
that gonna work?
probably be either us or later down the road we would hire somebody to do that.
At the moment, it would be us, and we would use the equipment that would be, for the MVP, that is accessible to the school.
And then did you talk to teachers on whether or not they wanted to be videotaped?
They'd be fine with it, but I feel like they would want to get paid for some sort, not really like paid, but they would want some kind of incentive.
Yeah, that's something like I would think that teachers' unions would probably get involved in whether or not they're gonna wanna be videoed. It's something I would look at as we move forward.
Thank you.
So how would you determine, like, for the initial $500, is the video an overall video, or that's a video of a sample of a lesson?
It's a video explaining our service.
So an overall video of the
Mhm.
company and the
It's
service?
the entire company.
So who's that, Mr. Cummins, he's agreed to use your product versus Schoology and IXL?
On top of schools,
He said that he would be interested.
yeah.
So it's an add-on.
Replace that, so?
It wouldn't replace
No.
it, but it would add on to it, I believe. And if it's really good enough, then yes, it
So
would
if,
replace
so
it.
if your product is an add-on to what the school already has, right, what's the
No, it
additional?
wouldn't be an add-on, it would actually replace IXL because we offer math, science, and English, so there would be no need for IXL. So they would actually be saving versus IXL, because IXL only offers math. So if they switched over to our product, they would have 3 subjects for a lesser price.
So that should be very clear, right? So your proposition is not replacing Schoology, but replacing IXL and replacing the $7 with the $9.99 because you have an extra
Yes.
added value. So you gotta be very clear out there, right? Then I had another question, and I just noticed that in your, I would call the leadership dilemma, right? You have co-CEOs. Why is that?
We didn't really decide on what tasks we kind of wanted to do, so we left it like that instead of just saying co-founder, 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 co-founder.
So
We can-
are you aware how co-CEOs make decisions? Because that model exists for a couple of companies I've known, and it has its own pluses and minuses, so how would you make your decisions?
Well, I was thinking about, oh, sorry. I was thinking, but I didn't really bring it up to the group yet, that all 4 of us, we are like in a board, and we all, if we can't agree on a decision, there's one person that will make like the final decision.
That's how.
So then that's the CEO, there are no co-CEOs then. If you have co-CEOs, both have to agree, right? But if one person is gonna make the decision eventually, then it's a single CEO model. Just something to think of when you move forward.
Did you explore, the selling to the consumer versus the school at all in your idea? I'm just thinking about logistically how difficult it is to sell to, school districts and such in terms of like families or students.
What we have found is that this would be as if we were selling business to business, which would be a steady cash flow for us, and we would also be able to attain more consumers, which would ultimately boost our profits.
Can we get that, the breakup again, how are you spending the money? Okay, yes.
So essentially the chat room would be, if we gave you the $200 towards the chat room, what would that be used for in this phase?
The MVP, we would use it so that our students, the students participating in the MVP will be able to have easy access. And then also, the one that we have kind of singled out, it has unlimited, it has no limits as to how many files and videos that you can upload to it, which we found very appealing considering that's one of our main unique value propositions.
How are you gonna run your MVP? Like, if you have this chat, can you explain how the chat room is actually going to run in your MVP? Like, if we were to give you $200, explain to me the steps that you're gonna do to get that chat room up and running.
So we will, over the 5 weeks that we are conducting the MVP, at the end of each week, we will survey the students. We will get their feedback, see what they like, see what they dislike, see what we can do better to make their experience more enjoyable and more effective. So hopefully over the 5-week period, we would eventually at the end of the 5th week have not a perfect, but a very good model in comparison to our ending.
And how are you gonna select these students to be in your MVP?
We have decided that we would solicit in our own classrooms to, me and Mohammed both have older siblings that we could ask for them to solicit to their friends, ask our own friends, and mostly by ear, just like sound off.
But shouldn't you go to the students who have a lot of problems with IXL and see if they will jump on your wagon?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
It's a good idea, but it's also kind of difficult to know, like, if the student has a problem with IXL. Like, I know some students, they do have problems with other things, so yes, we would target them.
But, sorry, go ahead. What I'm saying is you should have come to that point, right? You should have done your surveys among your students and student friends, which tells you whether they have problems with IXL or not. Have you done that?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, we have.
So you already have that, so you know some of the students out
Yeah.
there don't like IXL, so you approach them,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
So, in running your MVP, you'll need something in common amongst the students that you include in the study, because otherwise they have nothing to chat about. So whatever it is, that whether it's a subject, a level in a subject, a specific classroom, just to feedback for you, I'm thinking you would have to have something in common related to what they're trying to get out of the learning.
The way we want to run it is we want specific students from a specific class, but we want it as in though we want all freshmen from the class, and then we want all sophomores, then juniors and seniors, so we can see throughout the problems with each specific class and what different things that they would prefer.
So is this accessible by iPad, or you're gonna tell
It's
them
a website.
through
It's
the
going to be a
mobile?
website.
So
Like,
that
we're
you
gonna
can go to your phone and say, hey, don't do this, pop up a site.
We're gonna start with a website and then later go into an app.
We thought that starting off with a website would allow us to reach out to more customers, because not every school in our area has access to iPads, and so a website would allow them. It would allow us to reach out to more customers.
And it's also a cheaper option.